Hello, America. It's me, that stupid American, Kevin McCracken. And today I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. That's right, baby cakes. Annapolis, frickin' Maryland. You know, that's right outside Washington, D.C. Right outside Washington, D.C. You know how you guys are having a tough time in the other part of the country with unemployment and with all that stuff? Well, business is booming here in Washington. You know why it's booming? Because the federal government's spending all the money here. All the money you're sending to us, they're spending right here in Annapolis, Maryland. And right behind me, look at all them yachts. And you can't see them all, baby. There's yachts there, there's yachts there, there's yachts there. And they're big frickin' yachts too. These people in Washington, D.C., they got the money you're sending them, baby. I'm not kidding you. So when you're complaining about unemployment, you just remember, here in Annapolis, Maryland, life is good, baby. No, I'm not kidding you. Life is good. I'm here today to talk about drugs. The other night, our governor, Martin O'Malley, was having a debate with Bob Ehrlich. And Martin is a Democrat, he's a sitting governor. And Ehrlich is a Republican, and he used to be governor, and he's challenging it. And they got on to illegal immigration, baby. Yes, they did. And Martin O'Malley called the illegal immigrants the new Americans that we need to include. Well, I agree we have to have comprehensive immigration reform. I believe that there are people in this country who came here illegally that should be citizens of the United States of America. I believe that with all my heart. I also believe that there are people that shouldn't be doing that, and we got to find those people and do something about it. But the one thing that they've missed in this whole debate is drugs and violence, baby. Do you know who controls the distribution of drugs in these United States of America? It's not the Transylvania cartel. It's not the Martian cartel. It is a frickin' Mexican drug cartel, stupid. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. The drugs come from Colombia if you're talking about cocaine or crack cocaine. They ship it up through Central America, and our border is wide open, baby. And we're saying bring those drugs in. Let our kids get on that crack cocaine, baby. Yes, sirree. Smoke that stuff. And Martin O'Malley says those are the new people. I don't have a problem with him saying that, but he also has to say we got to close the border down. We got to close the Mexican border down, and we got to shut down the drugs and the gang violence that coming in here. The Mexican drug cartel, baby, ships that stuff to the Crips, ships it to the Bloods, ships it to the prison gangs, ships it to the biker gangs, ships it to the Mexican mafia, the MS-13, and they distribute that stuff across the United States. Don't call me a racist, baby. I haven't said anything about any ethnic people. I'm saying stop the drugs, stupid. They're coming from Mexico, stupid. Shut the border down, stupid. There was a little bit of a study done by Joseph Califano, and it has to do with our school system. 66% of the public high schools in the United States are drug infested. 66%. Drug infested means that they're actively using drugs in school, or they're selling drugs in school. Our kids don't deserve to go to schools that are drug infested. 31% of the middle schools in the United States of America are drug infested. That's a 30% increase last year to this year. Now, I know you think I'm a stupid American, and you probably don't believe me. But there's a Columbia think tank run by Joseph Califano. And if you Google it, you'll see this study, and it will scare the hell out of you. 41% of our public high schools are gang infested. Now, when I say gangs, baby, I don't mean the Boy Scouts. I don't mean the Girl Scouts. I don't mean the Sunny Day Slickers. I mean gang-banging gangs. Our kids don't deserve that. I was talking with a mother from Annapolis, Maryland, one of the fine suburbs of Washington, D.C., baby. Yes, sirree. Affluent people. They aren't the ghetto trash that deserve to be on drugs. They aren't the kids that are throwaways that don't matter. She pulled her kid out of an Annapolis high school because they're actively selling drugs in the school. Not outside. Not in their car. In the school, stupid. So when Martin O'Malley says, let's embrace these new Americans, I say yes, but I also say, stop the drugs and stop the violence, sucker. The number one concern among our high school kids is drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol. The United States consumes 66% of the illegal drugs in the whole US of A. And we got dopes like our governor not addressing the issue. He and Barack Obama get together and they say, hot diggity dog, baby. Yes, sirree, life is good. Keep the borders open, baby. I tell you what, I did a survey. Among drug dealers. 100% of the drug dealers, 100% of the drug dealers supports Eric Holder's policy about suing Arizona. I'm not kidding you. All of the drug dealers say, sue Arizona so they'll keep those borders open. Guys like Martin O'Malley are playing politics with our kids' lives. We need a governor that goes down to Barack Obama, sticks his finger in that sucker's nose, and say, stop the drugs coming from Mexico. If you don't believe me, baby, go on the DEA website. They got this cool little map that shows the drugs coming in from Mexico to the United States. Mexico! I'm not against the people. I'm not against immigration reform. I'm against the drugs and violence that is killing our kids. Last night, I was at a meeting at a recovery house. There must have been 70 people in there. Some patients, some people who are trying to recover, some people who are just there. Heroin addicts, cocaine addicts, crack cocaine addicts, methamphetamine addicts, crystal meth addicts, prescription drug addicts, alcoholics, marijuana addicts. When are our politicians going to realize they got to shut that border down between Mexico and the United States? They got to declare war on the Mexican drug cartel. They need to kill them. They're shipping their drugs in to our country, and our kids are dying from it. Then what we have to do, we have to get these sniveling weenies like Martin O'Malley to recognize there's a problem. Yes, Martin, there's a drug problem. We consume 66% of the illegal drugs in the United States. We got to shut the border down. We have to have an aggressive advertising campaign against our kids. We don't need any sniveling type Ivy League people to do those educational seminars. You need people like me who are in recovery. I'm an alcoholic, not a drug addict, but I know what it's like to be addicted. You might think I'm a fool, but kids listen to me. Kids respect what I have to say. Because I'm not no empty suit like you are, Martin O'Malley, playing politics with our kids. We have to have an aggressive advertising campaign with top-level people and drug addicts and ex-gangbangers talking to our kids. Then we got to find a way to get jobs in the inner cities so our kids can work. The only jobs they can get is gang banging, baby. You got to produce private sector jobs in the city. You got to stop this stuff about the giveaways. You got to give big incentives to our industry to establish factories and manufacturing points in the cities. We got to spend more money on treatment. 97% of every dollar spent on drug and alcohol is spent cleaning up the mess. We got to find a way of getting ahead of it. Martin O'Malley, you're cutting the funding to drug and alcohol treatment centers. Martin O'Malley, you're cutting the funding to drug and alcohol treatment centers. Martin O'Malley, you are cutting the funding for drug and alcohol treatment centers. Fool. We got to invest in it. We got to have the right people talking to the kids. We don't want our kids shooting up. We don't want our kids snorting cocaine. We don't want our kids smoking marijuana. We don't want our kids drinking booze. Martin O'Malley, when are you going to do something about it? I don't give a rat if you or Bob Ehrlich get elected. But the person who gets elected better do something to stop this drug epidemic. I'm going to sign off, Martin. But just look at all this money there is in Annapolis. And think of the poor kids that are taking their first hit of crack cocaine, and they're going to be selling their body in 1 month. In 1 month, they're going to be selling their body. That 12-year-old girl is going to be selling her body in 1 month to support her habit. And Martin, if you're talking to Barack Obama, you tell Barack that those drugs are coming from Mexico, stupid. Close the border down. I love you. And there's a buddy from me I see right there. I'm going to say hi to him. Goodbye. Hey, Les.